So you should be able to manage your own training and nutrition towards your performance goals. So this one is more of a work in progress, and where you will work with your coach to understand how to make changes to your own day, how to make changes to your diet, how to make changes to your training to facilitate long-term results. Like we said, our aim is to get to these 6-month period of living with autonomy standards and then move you into a phased out process where you do not need coaching anymore, which is obviously going to be the biggest thing here, that you can go out on your own and manage as best as you can. To be able to do that, you'll need to know what your performance goals are, what's going to keep you doing physical activity, what's going to be the driving factor for you to wake up if you're training at 6 a.m. every morning. What is the driving factor for you to get up at 6 a.m.? Because just the ability to just go is never going to be enough when you're fighting or competing your time efforts and your priorities all competing together to fit in what you're supposed to do at 6 a.m. because most people will just sleep in if the goal isn't big enough or the priority isn't big enough. To keep priority at a good level, you're going to need those performance metrics, a reason to go, to manage everything else. And what we see is that a lot of people will get performance goals and then not facilitate their training or facilitate their nutrition to accompany this. So they'll either undereat, or they'll under recover, or they'll overeat because they think that they're trying to get bigger, and then end up just getting fatter. So there's a mid-ground between learning how to adapt your own circumstance and adapt your own variables like training and nutrition and lifestyle towards this longer term view that you have, so it can be malleable. So you can say, okay, well, I've made a new training program, it's got quite a lot of volume, or it's got quite a lot of exercises. I'm going to need to increase my calories from where I are right now to kind of facilitate the growth. But equally, let's say if you were injured for a month, what would you do with your nutrition then? And how would you ensure that you stay with those standards and manage your body weight effectively? So with that one, you'll work with your coach over a time period to slowly integrate, ask more questions. There'll be more stuff on the education portal around about how you can design your own nutrition plans in the future, how to design your own training plans in the future, which will mean that you can go and review these education modules and say, okay, if I want a new training program that focuses on X, this is how I do it. And therefore that will represent your performance goals, so that you can make a program that will going to last you 1 year, and you can make another one after that, and then you can go through that process of understanding those training modalities. And even if it is just that, you can get your program done and your nutrition kind of audited by your coach as you look to phase things out, and then revisit that with your coach in every quarter to maybe do a new training program for 20 weeks time. And then in the meantime, between the 20 weeks, you'll have the ability to be able to manage your training and nutrition variables yourself, so that when you come back to that 20-week or that quarter marker, you'll be able to make some meaningful progress that your coach can then drive you another program, an element of progression on top of that. And this is important because we don't want you to rely on us for the rest of your life for anything other than just our expert training and nutrition experience. When you're dieting, it's a lot more about accountability, structure, time management, how we're going to get you in shape, changing habits. But once you get to this longer term view, when you're in shape and you're able to manage it, it's not about whether you're going to show up to the gym because we know that you are, because you like it, because you've done it for a period of time, or we know that you're not going to, or we know that you're going to look after your food in some way, shape or form. We know that you're going to manage your sleep as best as you can because you value it. But in this point, we look at being the experts in the training and nutrition side of things, so that you can do the rest on repeat, so you know how to manage your day structure and time management, and figure out how to work everything around so that you're being proactive. But at the same time is that once you give your plan by your coach, you don't need to worry about week-to-week check-ins or worry about needing that prompt or that accountability, because you have it so strong within yourself, which is the overall goal, to live with autonomy, which is control of your health and fitness. So being able to do that and go through a process of understanding how to make changes and how to do that over the long term based on body weight, performance goals, things that might crop up, will be huge.